Welcome to 52 Questions. I'm Shannon Weber, Director of Hive. Every year, Hive answers hundreds of questions from patients, their partners, and providers. And in 2018, each week, we're answering one question in video format for you. Do you have a question? Let us know. We'd love to answer it for you. This week's question, we have special guest Damon Jacobs.
Hi.
From PrEP Facts. And Damon, one of the questions that we get often is, I feel nervous asking my doctor about PrEP. How do I bring this up?
So, of course, I think for a lot of us, talking to our doctors about sex and HIV risk is really, really scary. I know I was really scared the first time I ever had a conversation with my doctor about this at the age of 40, because all of my ingrained shame about sexuality was intimidated by talking to an authority figure. But I found that what really, really helped was to put it in a framework that they already understood about prevention and sexuality. So I went to my doctor back in 2011, and I said to him, if I was a woman who was talking to you about wanting to avoid an unwanted pregnancy, would you approve of me and help me use birth control pills for that? And he said, of course. And I said, and so what if we did have a vaccine to prevent HIV, and I came to you asking to prescribe me a vaccine to prevent HIV, would you approve of me using a vaccine? And he said, of course, if we had a vaccine, I would absolutely prescribe that. And I said, okay, well, I am not worried about ever getting pregnant, and I honestly don't know if we're ever going to have a vaccine for HIV. But I do think that this daily pill called Truvada can help me to stay HIV negative and still have the kind of quality of relationships and connections that I want to have. And my doctor was reluctant. And again, this was back in 2011, so he didn't know a lot about PrEP. None of us did. But he was willing to learn about it because it fit into the framework that he could understand. And he really didn't have to do a lot of mental heavy weightlifting to sort of get there. I sort of put it in a way that he could say, yes, I would say yes to this. I'd say yes to this. So I will say yes to PrEP as well.
Awesome. I love how you made it easy for that 15-minute visit.
Yeah.
And before we sign off, can we read all the words on your shirt together, please?
Yes. So
can you show
I'll
us
show
your
my
chest. Show us your chest.
Woo! So these are the 7 words that have now been banned.
Let's say them together. Diversity,
vulnerable,
evidence-based,
fetus, science-based, transgender, and entitlement. And really sad to say, these are the 7 words that are now banned by the CDC in terms of getting funding during our current administration. But a lot of us are going to say it as loud and proud as possible, as often as possible, hence the shirt.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week where we will answer the question, I'm on PrEP. What about condoms? Have a good week.
Bye.